YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining me. And another Rants and Lifestyle. This one's pretty big. It's going to hit every small business, farmers, and doctors' pocketbooks. And why? It looks like there's fears of them raising taxes once again. And tax hikes on small businesses, farmers, and doctors. Doctors, why? Anyways, this summer, while Canadians have been enjoying our beautiful country and reconnecting with their families, the Liberal government in Ottawa has proposed tax changes that attack small businesses, which are the economic backbone of our community and our country. I need your help to make sure they don't get away with it, okay? So basically, we'll read through it. It's a really good it's a decent article. Yeah, is it biased? Yes, obviously it's from the Conservative Party. But let's see what they say. These Liberal proposals will negatively affect the following of these three groups the most. Small business owners. Of 11.6 million Canadians employed in the private sectors, private sector is what supports the country because the taxes, the CPP, IUI, all that stuff in the private sector is what basically builds the country. Infrastructure, bridges, all the government jobs get paid by the private sector, believe it or not. The private sector can be paid by the private sector because it's like taking from your left pocket and putting your right. It's the actual small businesses in the private sector that actually keeps a balance or keeps the country in check. 8.2 million are employed by small businesses. These proposed changes will punish small business owners who would play by the rules and create jobs in their communities. These measures will result in higher taxes for small business owners. That means more money going out of Ottawa and less money for job creators. Changing the rules to make small business owners pay more taxes means that they will have less money to expand business, hire more people, and save for their retirement. So this is a big problem. People don't understand how these fundamentals work. It's a very complex system that we have, our tax system, one of the most complex in the world. But going after the private sector jobs is bad. When people think, well, there's a lot of police work out there, a lot of firefighting job, a lot of teacher work. No, but that's being paid by the private sector is paying for that. And a lot of people don't understand that. This is just one more way to discourage entrepreneurship on top of all tax increases in the past 2 years. So it gives another link to another page. If you're a small business owner, you can click there. This one here, farmers. The breadbasket of North America. Are they out of their tree to do this? Let's find out. Conservatives believed in supporting farm families, not making life harder for them. The Liberal government's new tax rules were proposed during the busiest season for farmers. With the fall harvest around the corner, with the proposed restriction on income splitting and narrowing of the lifetime capital gain exemptions for qualified farm property, family farms could take a big hit on their retirement plans. That's huge. And last but not least, doctors. Of all things, doctors. But doctors are part of the public sector. Why would they tax doctors more? I get it. They're going to tax them on their labor, but why more when the private sector is paying for it? 3, doctors. We all already have serious problems in Canada with patient wait times and trying to find a family doctor. And the Liberals are making it even harder. The proposed new tax measures target the majority of Canadian physicians. Most doctors in Canada operate as small business owners, meaning that they do not receive pensions benefits afforded to employees in the private sector. Okay, sorry, I'm going to take that back. I thought doctors were mainly government employees. Okay, I guess they're operating as small businesses. Okay, these proposed tax charges will hinder the ability of our doctors to invest in their practice and make it harder to justify continuing to practice in Canada. Yeah, so like that's why, a lot of doctors are making their way south. It's Canadian brain drain. It's been happening since the 70s. I mean, if Canada decides to put more taxes on the of the backbone of what's keeping the country in tax. Yeah, I'm a small business owner. I've been a small business owner pretty much most of my life. And I sell board games, and I do really well at selling board games. I bring happiness. It's probably the only business I could do where I could basically sleep well at night knowing I'm not, hurting anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of bringing happiness, But it's really concerning me where and why. You know what it is? It's because the housing, I think they're the Liberal Party, let's say the Liberal Party, or whatever party's in power, are feeling that the housing market might take a tumble. And if the housing market takes a tumble, a majority of our economy is backed on housing, right? And student loans, debt, unsecured debt, and secured debt, and mortgages. And a majority of our economy now is based off that. And the little people that are farming, fabricating, exporting, creating jobs are the ones that are targeted to pay for. I think this is really bad. Anytime the government's short on cash, what do? They raise taxes. But the problem is, when raising taxes, it's such a complex tax system Canada has. It's really hard to understand the underlying factors because not a lot of it is not transparent. And I'm going to wait and see, and I'm going to keep a tabs on what is happening. I know what I pay in tax right now. I know what I'm collecting for the government, and I know what the corporate tax return is. I already know what I'm doing, right? So I'm going to see from my years of experience how much of a change is going to be, and will it affect small businesses? As much as they're making it seem here. Yeah, it is a biased, it is from the Conservative Party. They're trying to create a wake-up call. They're trying to make people realize, that these guys are doing this and this and this and that. But you know what I mean. But it is definitely an eye-opener. It's definitely a good article. I'll leave a link below. Comment below if you're in one of these brackets. And a lot of people need to understand how the private sector works and the public sector work. They think, oh, yeah, policemen, they get paid, they pay taxes. No, oh, yeah, we're paying taxes, but they're paying it from the private sector is paying the public sector. So vice versa, right? So anyways, yeah, it's a one-way deal here. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below.